Have you ever asked yourself why finding true love sometimes feels so elusive, as if it's always just out of reach? Perhaps you've prayed, hoping for God to bring the right person into your life. Yet all you see are fleeting connections, disappointments, or relationships that never seem to align with your heart or your faith. What if I told you that God has already been at work, carefully orchestrating the path to the person He has chosen for you, and that the process may be happening quietly, even now, without you fully realizing it? True love, the kind that is meant to last and honor His purpose, is rarely a spectacle. It doesn't always arrive with fireworks or dramatic signs. Instead, it comes in ways that are deliberate, sacred, and perfectly timed according to God's divine plan. Today, let's explore 7 powerful truths about how God introduces you to your soulmate, ways that can bring clarity, peace, and hope to your heart as you wait and prepare. First, God prepares you before they arrive. Before He ever introduces the person meant for your life, He works within your heart, shaping, healing, and aligning you with His purpose. Think of your heart as soil. A wise gardener does not scatter seeds on rocky, infertile ground. The soil must first be tilled, stones removed, weeds uprooted, and the earth made ready to receive life. In the same way, God tends to the soil of your soul. He removes the pain of past betrayals, clears away the disappointments that have hardened your heart, and pulls out the weeds of bitterness or unmet expectations. Without this preparation, even the most promising relationship can struggle to flourish, burdened by unhealed wounds and unresolved fears. Adam in Genesis 2 is a perfect example. Before Eve entered his life, Adam was already whole in his purpose and identity. The Lord God placed him in the Garden of Eden, giving him fulfillment, direction, and a sense of purpose that didn't depend on a partner. When Eve came, she complemented him. She did not complete him. That is the blueprint God desires for all of us. A love built on wholeness, purpose, and divine timing. Second, your paths cross in unexpected ways. God's design rarely follows our own carefully laid plans. Perhaps you've noticed that sometimes the people who change your life appear in the most ordinary settings, in moments that seem mundane, almost coincidental. Yet, these encounters are anything but random. They are divine appointments, orchestrated by a hand greater than our own. Consider Ruth working in Boaz's field. A meeting that may have looked like chance, yet was orchestrated by God because Ruth was faithfully walking in obedience to her calling. When you pursue God's purpose for your life through service, study, or even everyday responsibilities, you are unknowingly stepping into the trajectory that will lead you to your soulmate. Psalm 37:23 reminds us, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord." Notice it says steps, not standing still. God is moving those who are in motion, guiding each purposeful step so that when the time is right, hearts align according to His will. Third, love often grows quietly. One of the most profound truths about God-ordained relationships is that they seldom arrive with loud announcements or dramatic signs. Instead, they begin in subtle ways, quietly, deeply, and steadily. The growth is gradual, much like a tree planted in fertile soil, nurtured by time and attention, developing strong roots before the branches bear fruit. In a world that glorifies instant gratification and fast-moving romance, the quiet, steady unfolding of divine love can be mistaken for delay or insignificance. But in truth, this silent growth ensures that the connection is enduring, stable, and spiritually aligned. Love that is rushed or forced may ignite quickly, but it often fades just as fast. Whereas love cultivated through patience, prayer, and alignment with God's purpose stands the test of time. Fourth, your soulmate strengthens your faith. True love in God's design is never merely about emotional attraction or companionship. It is about elevation and shared devotion. A God-ordained relationship draws you closer to Christ, rather than pulling you away from Him. Rebekah, who appeared to Abraham's servant in answer to prayer, was more than a spouse. She was an alignment of purpose, values, and divine timing. Likewise, Priscilla and Aquila were not just partners in marriage, they were kingdom builders, teaching and serving alongside Paul. Their love was inseparable from their shared mission and devotion to God's work. If a relationship asks you to compromise your faith, mute your calling, or tolerate sin to maintain connection, it is not aligned with God's plan. A soulmate designed by Him will fortify your convictions, deepen your spiritual walk, and encourage both of you to pursue His kingdom together. Fifth, shared purpose creates lasting connection. Beyond feelings and attraction, God's design for love emphasizes unity and purpose. When two hearts are aligned in values, faith, and divine calling, their bond transcends superficial emotions. Purpose-driven connection acts as a foundation that strengthens a relationship even amid challenges, disagreements, or external pressures. When your lives are interwoven with service, prayer, and obedience, love becomes a sacred partnership, not merely a romance. Just as Ruth and Boaz built a legacy through their shared devotion to God, a relationship rooted in common purpose becomes a vessel for spiritual impact, blessing not only the couple but those around them. Sixth, patience reveals God's timing. In a culture that prizes immediacy, waiting can feel frustrating, even discouraging. Yet patience is a spiritual discipline that allows God's timing to manifest perfectly. Every season of waiting refines character, strengthens faith, and prepares the heart to recognize the right person when the time is right. God is never late. He is always purposeful. Every moment spent in anticipation, prayer, and growth is part of a divine choreography designed to lead to a love that glorifies Him and fulfills His plan. Trying to force or rush a relationship risks bypassing the preparation and discernment that are vital for lasting, God-honoring love. Seventh, God confirms through spiritual authority. When God orchestrates a relationship, He often uses wise counsel, mature believers, and spiritual mentors to affirm what He is doing in your heart. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors, there is safety." These confirmations serve as protection and guidance, distinguishing true alignment from feelings that may be influenced by pride, fear, or impulse. When multiple godly voices recognize peace and blessing in your relationship, it is often a sign that God's hand is present. Conversely, warnings and caution from trusted spiritual mentors may be His way of protecting you from harm or misalignment. As you reflect on these truths, remember that God's love for you is intentional, precise, and purposeful. Every season of preparation, every quiet growth, and every step taken in faith is part of a greater design to bring His perfect person into your life. As you continue to wait, serve, and grow in your purpose, it's important to recognize that God is not withholding love from you. He is refining it. He is tending to the soil of your heart, ensuring that when the right person comes, your connection will be rooted in faith, purpose, and divine alignment. You don't have to chase what heaven is arranging. You don't have to compromise your values, pretend to be someone you are not, or settle out of loneliness just to feel wanted. The person God has prepared for you will meet you in the fullness of who you are, walking with you in purpose, not panic. Think about the story of Isaac and Rebekah once more. Abraham's servant didn't rush. He prayed, waited for confirmation, and followed God's guidance precisely. Rebekah was not merely someone beautiful or suitable by human standards. She was the answer to a prayer, perfectly aligned with God's plan. When she appeared, it was a moment of divine orchestration. In the same way, your soulmate will arrive as an answer to prayer, as a companion who complements your purpose, rather than completing an emptiness that should only be filled by God Himself. It's also crucial to remember that love in God's design is not only about romance, it's about building a life together that magnifies His kingdom. A true soulmate strengthens your faith, inspires spiritual growth, and encourages obedience to God's calling. Just as Priscilla and Aquila's partnership created a spiritual legacy that impacted entire communities, your God-ordained relationship can become a vessel of blessing, service, and eternal significance. When two hearts unite in shared mission, in prayer, and in obedience, the love they cultivate reverberates far beyond their own lives. Patience, once again, plays a pivotal role. The waiting period is not idle. It is intentional preparation, a sacred process where God is shaping your character, deepening your understanding of His ways, and teaching you to discern the difference between fleeting attraction and divine alignment. Every moment of waiting teaches endurance, humility, and trust. The Bible is full of examples where God's timing was perfect. Consider Joseph, who endured years of trials, imprisonment, and waiting before stepping into his purpose. Every challenge refined him, preparing him for the blessing that awaited. In matters of the heart, his timing is just as precise. Sometimes, God brings people into your life quietly, subtly, while you are simply living faithfully in the ordinary. You may meet someone in a workplace, a ministry setting, or even a casual moment in your daily routine, and it may not feel significant at first, but what feels ordinary can be extraordinary in God's hands. These seemingly small interactions are divine choreography, orchestrated to bring two hearts together in alignment with His plan. Don't overlook them. Don't dismiss them as coincidences. They may be the gentle nudges of heaven, guiding you toward a connection that glorifies Him. As these truths sink in, you may find yourself asking, how will I know when it's truly God's hand at work? One of the clearest indicators is the consistent confirmation of spiritual authority. Wise counselors, mature believers, and mentors who walk closely with God can help you discern the right path. Their guidance serves as a safeguard, protecting you from relationships that may look promising but lack divine alignment. When their counsel resonates with the peace and affirmation already in your heart, you can step forward with confidence, knowing that God is leading you, not your own desires or impulses. Ultimately, the soulmate God has for you will elevate your life, not merely fill an emotional void. This relationship will inspire you to pursue His kingdom, strengthen your faith, and encourage both of you to grow together in obedience, love, and service. It will be a partnership that is not only meaningful in the moment but eternally impactful. Just as the stories of Ruth and Boaz, Isaac and Rebekah, and Priscilla and Aquila demonstrate, love in God's design is sacred, purposeful, and transformative. So if you are in a season of waiting, do not despair. If you are in a season of healing, do not rush. If you are walking faithfully in your purpose, continue to move forward, confident that God is arranging every detail of your love story. Every prayer, every act of obedience, every moment of faith is part of His perfect plan. The right person will not require you to beg for attention, compromise your values, or lose yourself to earn their affection. When God introduces you to your soulmate, it will feel right because it will be aligned with His will, sustained by His hand, and glorifying to His name. Remember, the best chapter of your story is still being written. God's timing, His preparation, and His confirmation ensure that when the moment arrives, your love will be steadfast, purposeful, and a reflection of His divine plan. So continue to trust, continue to pray, and continue to live in alignment with the calling He has placed on your life. Your soulmate will meet you not in desperation but in the fullness of God's grace, at the perfect moment when both of your hearts are ready to glorify Him together. If this message has encouraged you, inspired hope, or helped you see God's hand in your journey toward love, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content that uplifts, strengthens faith, and guides you in God's purpose. Share this message with someone who needs encouragement today. And let's continue to walk faithfully, trusting in the author of love, who is writing the most beautiful story of your life.